Hi, it's just Sam here. I don't know why I said just Sam. It's only Sam. I'm on my own for today's Ask AJ here at Ashdown Jones on this gorgeous day. In fact, Liam, why don't you just do a spin around, show how beautiful it is? Can you see? Oh, I have to show you this as well. Can you see this over here? This is my new camper. What do we think? Isn't that just gorgeous? He's called Frank, courtesy of my grandson Noah, who named him. So yeah, that's my new little toy. But yeah, what a beautiful day here it is here at Ashdown Jones in Windermere. And if you don't know where we are, then come and see us actually. We're opposite the golf club on the Crook Road. Tips for if you are having your house photographed or you're due to, then I'm going to give you some tips to help you make the most of your photography visit, because I've been on a couple of twilight shoots in the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks, and it's been fun actually. Been to some amazing homes, one lakefront home and one beautiful village home. And I've got some tips to share with you so that if you have got your photography coming up, you know kind of what to expect. So first of all, if you're being photographed by us, there are at least 2 photographers that will come out, and mostly 3. Our photographers are daytime photographers, so externals and then internals. That needs to happen during the day. If your photographer comes at night, or so when it's getting darker, and you're doing internals, it just never looks right with the sort of reflections on the window, that kind of stuff. So you really need to have a nice, fairly sunny day. Photographers will always tell you they prefer overcast days, so they don't have to cope with shadows with the contrast. But obviously, we like sunny days with nice blue skies, like today. So that's the first photographer. The second photographer that'll come out from Ashdown Jones is a drone photographer. And actually, Edward, right now, as I record this, gosh, there's some beautiful birds here, getting all Twitter-pated if you've watched Bambi, all around the trees and like hovering in the little breeze. So pretty, quite distracting. Yeah, so Edward's out now on a drone shoot. I asked him to go a little bit later because the shadows are, I don't know if you can see, but the shadows are still very dark shadows. They're just longer than they were, so the light is a little bit softer, and I think that works better for drone photography. I think if you've got it too much of the middle of the day and you've got really harsh shadows but really short shadows, I think that's not as attractive as longer, softer shadows, which is why I prefer it to be at the end of the day. So that's drone. If your house is near a lake or any sort of beautiful scenery, or even that the plot is bigger than it looks on maybe a front photograph, then we'll always suggest a drone, because then you can kind of get context for the shot. And then the third kind of photography is twilight photography. And you probably realize that this is our kind of signature look. We put it on our boards, we put it on Rightmove, and we put it on our brochures. A twilight photograph is, in fact, can you just grab me a twilight shot on a brochure so I can show it? So a twilight shot is taken at twilight. And at the moment, as I record this, twilight is pretty late. So I think I got to the shoot last night at 9:15, and we didn't properly start shooting until 9:45. That's pretty late, isn't it? So what we're looking for is for the sun not to be lighting up the windows. We will need to be able to see the light on the inside of the window shining outwards. Does that make sense? So our photographers say that the house is glowing. And when the house glows, that's exactly the right time to get that beautiful, welcoming shot where you can still see the brickwork or the stonework on the home, but you can't, but the sky is dark enough that you kind of get a really nice glow through the windows. If you go too dark on the front of the house, or on the, the fascia of the house, you'll see that it looks a bit like a haunted home. And if you go too light, you can't really see that it's at twilight. So we're trying to get that exact, it's a bit of a moment in time really when you can get it. Last night it lasted for about 15, 20 minutes and then it was kind of over. Thank you. It's a bit light this, you see. I think that's a bit light. Sometimes the printing doesn't help, and I think that sky could have done with being a little bit darker. Can you see that? Yeah, please do. So last night we had, it was a beautiful home on the lake, and they had kind of pagoda canopy down by the lake, just by a boathouse. So we had that strung with lights. We put some candles around the front of it. It looks really, really special. So if you're having your twilight shot done, expect us late at night. Maybe make us a cup of tea. It's freezing last night. I took a flask. And think about what accessories you could maybe dress the outside of the house with. So that might be a bottle of wine, a bottle of fizz, a couple of glasses, something you would kind of have on your patio at that kind of time of night. Maybe a couple of throws, some nice cushions on your furniture, and any kind of lighting that you can put in. So we're looking for what I would call warm lighting, not blue lighting. So not strip lights kind of lighting, and definitely not security lights. Much more sort of soft glow lights. So last night there were kind of like candle lights, and they worked really, really well. So that's my tips to you on this Ask AJ. Make sure that your photographer is coming during the day for your internal shots. Make sure your external shots taken that show all the beautiful foliage this time of year. Be ready for us, if it's us, to revisit you in 6 months' time to take updated foliage shots that go with the time of year that we're taking it. Then you've got your drone photography. So if Edward comes out to you, he only takes about half an hour, something like that, and you get some really good angles. Move your cars off your drive. That's what I meant to say to you. That's always a good thing to do, no matter what kind of photography it is. And then twilight photographs help us by making sure that the house looks as lovely as it can be. All the lights are on, all the external lights are on, and you've got some maybe little accessories going on as well. And that's really how to get the best possible shots of your house when you're selling. If you've got any questions about this, we'd love to have a chat with you about selling your home. And if you haven't already been to AJ HQ, then pop down and see us. We've actually got a fancy new coffee machine, and the team, I'm sure, will want to try out their skills on making you a nice cup of coffee.